We all know that Commander Wolf, Captain Rex and Commander Gregor removed their chips around the time of Order 66, refusing to join the Imperial Navy, but did you know that there was actually another member of the Wolf Pack who refused to execute Order 66? I'm going to break down exactly who Commander Wildfire is and why he refused to obey Order 66 from Palpatine. So before we get into it, remember to hit the subscribe button with notifications on for more awesome Star Wars lore content. At the moment, only 14% of you who are watching this video are subscribed, so if you do enjoy the content, remember to subscribe for more. Commander Wildfire was a clone trooper who served Jedi General Plo Koon's 104th Battalion in the Grand Army of the Republic. Just like the rest of his brothers, he was born on Kamino from the genetic template of bounty hunter Jango Fett, and was given the serial number CT-1701. After completing his training on Kamino, he was placed in Plo Koon's Wolfpack Battalion under the leadership of Commander Wolf, Trooper Sinker and Trooper Comet. During the Clone Wars, Wildfire served as a support trooper for the forward squads of the 104th. He was known for his rapid barrages of cover fire coming from his DC-15S blaster, making it nearly impossible for his separatist enemies to peek out of cover. If supporting cover fire was needed during a Wolfpack mission, Wildfire was the man they would call. Despite his incredible skill in providing cover for his clone brothers, he was not the Wolfpack's most accurate clone trooper, earning him the nickname Wildfire. A really interesting note is that Wildfire would often fight alongside a Lothcat from the planet Lothal, giving him and his platoon moral support during combat. We don't actually have too much information other than this about his role within the Wolfpack during the Clone Wars, but we do know that he refused to swear allegiance to Emperor Palpatine's New Order. When the Galactic Empire was formed on the first ever Empire Day, the Grand Army of the Republic was absorbed into the Imperial Navy, turning every single clone trooper into either stormtroopers, clone shock troopers, or other military roles. At this point in the timeline, there are two possibilities. We can see a clear scar above the left eye of Wildfire, which likely indicates that he did in fact remove his inhibitor chip before Order 66, leading him to defect from the Imperial Navy forces. Because we know that Wildfire never joined the Imperial Navy after the end of the Clone Wars, his inhibitor chip would almost certainly have been taken out before that point. The only problem is that the scar is placed on the opposite side of Wildfire's face to where Rex, Wolf and Gregor have their scars. This could either mean that he did not take his chip out, or even that it was simply placed on the opposite side of his head. Personally, I think it's much more likely that Wildfire's chip was placed on the opposite side of his brain and removed before Order 66. It really doesn't make sense for him to desert the Imperial Navy and seek out the rebellion if his chip is still in place. This leads us to the reason he refused to execute Palpatine's order. The true reason he refused to execute Order 66 is because he already removed his inhibitor chip prior to the event and did not believe that the Jedi had really committed treason against the Supreme Chancellor. I really hope we do learn more about why he removed his inhibitor chip, but I think it may be a very similar situation to Commander Doom, who witnessed the chip malfunction in Trooper Tup when he killed his Jedi General Tip La. So after he deserted the Empire, Wildfire teamed up with a cybernetically enhanced Devaronian female named Tress Haknua. It's not clear whether or not the two were in a relationship, but based on past legend stories, it certainly is possible. When Wildfire learned that his former commanding officer, Commander Wolf, was still alive and an ally of the Rebel Alliance, he immediately volunteered to join the rebels. Once he became a member of the rebellion, Wildfire volunteered to retrieve a valuable piece of intelligence from the ATTE that Rex, Wolf and Gregor were stationed on board and return it to the rebel command base. He was successful in his mission and managed to provide vital information to Leia and the Rebel Alliance after meeting up with his former commander, Wolf. Being a veteran of the Clone Wars who of course aged at an accelerated rate, Wildfire had thick white hair and a beard by the time he joined the rebellion, looking almost identical to Rex and the other surviving clones. As he moved into the Rebel Alliance infantry, he remained a pretty poor shooter but made up for it with his incredibly rapid cover fire. Just like Rex and the other surviving clone commanders, he kept his clone armor from the war, which featured a Karma and an orange pauldron on his left shoulder. He also made some other unique modifications to the clone armor to make it effective in combat against the Empire. He also continued to use his DC-15S blaster throughout the time of the rebellion. So that is the full story of Clone Trooper Wildfire and why he refused Order 66. If you enjoyed the video, remember to subscribe for more awesome Star Wars lore content. Thanks so much for watching. Cheers guys, hope to see you in the next one.